Hey guys, I have a couple new things to share with you. I did end up going to the store yesterday and picked up some more things and some ATCs that I've been making. I'll share those with you as well. So let me start with what I picked up. Got some more of the gelatos. I didn't have any green colors, or I did, but it's just one or two greens. So I picked up this pack that has several colors of green, and it comes with the brush and the stamp. And I got all the gelatos from Joann's and used my 40% coupon on them. Then I got the set of yellows because I needed more yellows as well. Same thing, you get the brush and the little stamp. And then also the blue pack. And then I also picked up some of these little Fantastics to use with my Distress, my Tim Holtz Distress ink. I was going to buy some of the Distress markers, but I figure I have all the colors in the stamp pads, so I'll just get this and use it as a marker instead. I got that, and then I picked up two of these glittery tools to use as texture on my mixed media and ATCs. They were $1.99 each. And then over at Michael's I picked up another Twinkling H2O, and this one is the Think Pink set, so you get all kinds of pinks. And then I took a trip over to Tuesday Morning because there was some stamps that I had seen somebody show that would be good for like mixed media and stuff. And I found it, and it's the 7 Gypsies, and it was $2.99, and it just has all these different elements that you can use for stamping. A really neat clock. And these stars, which I could have used the other day on one of my ATCs. I'll show you that one. So I got that, and then I found some of the Smooch sprays, and these were $4.99 each, and this set is the Ginger Snap, Electric Blue, and Frosted Grape, and then this set is Wineberry, Cherry Ice, and Navy Twinkle, and they were each $4.99, which isn't bad. And these bottles are really nice. They're glass bottles, so you can reuse them with your other sprays. Got those two things, and then I also picked up another one of these frosted memory glasses because I read on the back that you can emboss on them, which would be cool to use on your mixed media. They look like this. So they're all frosted. So it probably would hold the ink really well. Now I just have to find that stuff that you put along the edges of it, though. I guess I could get like a soldering, what do they call those things? Soldering irons or something like that. So I got those. And, oh, I also picked up this little glass dish at Michael's in their new, in their dollar section. Just to keep on my desk to put little odds and ends in. Okay, so now on to my ATCs I've been working on. So, oh, and I also bought this cute little stand to put them on. See if it'll show up. This was my very first one that I did. Oh, no, it won't show. There we go. So with this, it's going to be light enough. With this one, I used some different textures. Up here, I mixed together some blue acrylic paint with this glass bead gel, and then just used a spatula and like coated it on there, and then I ran the spatula through just to make it look kind of wavy. And then down here, I used actual sand for the bottom. and then put some seashells up on top. And then this is just from the internet. I just found a picture of a girl on the beach, and then I Mod Podged her down. And then over here I printed those off in Word and then inked them up and attached them as well. And this thing is really heavy. I don't think I'm going to do that much texture because I don't want really heavy ATCs. But for this I used a really thick chipboard, which I don't have any here handy to show you, but it's a really thick chipboard piece. So that was my very first one I made about a week or so ago. This next one I just did a bunch of different textures as well. Again, I used the glass bead gel, and I mixed it with, this time I mixed it with some gold, a little bit of gold gelato, and used a stencil. Use the stencil right here. Put over top. Oops. Put over top, and then use my spatula to put it on there. And then for these, I used this perler pen, or pearl pen, to make the little pearl beads in the corners. And then along the edges I used this Faro Special Effect paste to put the gold on there. And then for the background, I used the pink and, I think it was pink and yellow, these pink and yellow gelatos for the background for that one. So that one's just like a little textural ATC. Okay, the next one, as you can see, as I go along, the ATCs get a little better as I get more comfortable working with the different mediums and such. So this was my next one. Now for the background on this one, I used, and I gotta be careful how I said this because last video I called it Delusional, but it's Delusions ink spray. So I just sprayed it on the back and then took a paper towel and like blotted it to give it kind of a multed, so you can see like part of the paper towel in it, which is pretty cool. And then for the clouds, I used a stamp and then used white, I don't have it with me, white embossing powder that had like sparklies in it. And then I just used a stamp Sunshine and Happiness down there. Now for the bird, I found a image online, and I just ran a piece of book paper. I taped it onto a sheet of copy paper and then ran it through my printer, so it actually printed the design on the book paper. Cut it out, used my watercolors, and for this watercolor, see if I can find it. I used these watercolors. This one's like falling out of their little wells. I use this, it's kind of a pearlescent watercolor. So I used the pink and the yellow to paint the little birdie. And then the sun was another stamp, and then I just outlined all the rays with a black Sharpie marker and cut it out and then popped it up on a dimensional. And the branch I just cut freehand and used some more of this paint here to paint the brown color, so it's kind of shiny. So that's how that one turned out. And then the paper I used for this one is the one I shared before. It's got that like silky finish to it, so it was really nice with the Delusion ink spray. So this one I like a lot. And I post these on Instagram, and a lot of people ask if they're for trade. I'm not trading yet until I get more comfortable with making them. So these right now, all these that I've made are for my personal for me. So this next one is special because Colton had requested that I make him something crafty to send to him, which I thought was cute. So I made him this little ATC. He loves anything red, white, and blue. He like collects flags and stuff like that. So I did this background. You can't see that very well. With this one I used red and so I used these two gelatos right here and just blended them in. And this is the one where I could have used those stars. I just had a little star stamp from one of my Stampin' Up sets. And so I just used white ink and stamped them. Well, you couldn't really see the white very well. So then I took a gel. I took one of these pens and just went over the white with that. And then this heart is a Heidi swapped one of the plastic pieces that were at Michael's. And then the stamp set is Delusions, a set of different phrases. So I thought that was perfect to send to him, just to give him some encouragement while he's going through basic. And then I took some just white acrylic paint and went along the edges just to give it a little more dimension. So I'm going to put something on the back and then write him a little note on the back of that before I send it. And then this is one I did last night, just sitting here watching TV. Again, I used gelatos for the background, just different colors, blended them all together. Used my Delusion stamp set again, that's another one of the phrases. Then I took a black Sharpie and just drew a little design all around the edge. And then up here I used the silks and my stencil, and I just stenciled in some hearts and then used some stickles to go over those. And then over here I just used some white acrylic paint and my stencils once again, just to add some more textural look to it. And so that's how that turned out. And now this one was an earlier piece, and I first tried, I embossed it. It was a reverse emboss, so you just emboss the butterfly. I didn't like it so well, so then I stamped over it and then embossed it with some gold, and then used my Delusion set once again. Background is gelatos again, and then along the edge I used some glass bead gel without any color and just added it. So I don't really care too much for this one. This was more like I was practicing the background technique. So, but I'll keep it because, you know, art doesn't have to be perfect, right? So those are my little cards I've been working on. And then we've had games all weekend, so I've been trying to craft when I can. There is what they look like. So I hope you all are having a wonderful Sunday, and I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.